Welcome to today's Nifty spot analysis. Monday, 18th March. I will just recap what I spoke in my last session, that we are waiting for a support here. Eventually, nothing has occurred today. It's still in that very strict range, and you'll be stunned if I showed you how amazing figures are. Do you know what was today's high? 22,123. Do you know, if I go back, what was this high? 22,120. Do you know further back? 22,120. Now, there is a constant big seller here. Could be somebody, some institution who thinks 22,123 is probably the number which should never be crossed on the upside. There was some action here earlier in the month of Feb and then here, but 22,123 for the last 2 days, Friday and today, is a level that is unable to be crossed. Now, that's what has happened. Earlier also I had said, in the event there is a fall from here, right, we are going to have some effect of something called candle shunting. This is called candle shunting. Meaning what? The close of a momentum candle, when it cuts on the right, another momentum candle, and then it cuts on the right, another momentum candle. All these candles are in momentum. They provide a rotation, they provide a free flow. I have written here CS, candle shunting, highlighted in cream, can provide free flow falls from 21,840. 21,840 comes from this number. This close, 21,840 till 21,119. It may take 2 days, or it can happen in a day also. So we are looking for a fall from here as far as the candlesticks chart is concerned. Why do we use candlestick chart? To get the high and low. And we use line charts. I have mentioned here line charts to assess the close. There are two different things. The intraday movement is given by candlestick, and the line charts help us to know how the closing was. So how was today's closing? This is it. Mildly higher. Okay. And if you know something about waves, then this probably is an ascending formation up till now here, right? So either we have tomorrow another small wave, which is probably ending below 22,127. It may end somewhere here, we may have, or there could be a fall at open itself. Now, when it does that on closing basis, right, that means as on close, we don't want the close to be below 21,930. And then our next level of close is coming from this level, right? Every higher high is very, very important. You see, I have written here higher high. Okay. So these are also higher highs. They are support levels. Higher high, higher high. You see, this higher high provides a resistance to move up, but it went up and then it gave a support here. Higher high gives a support here. If this support is not again received here below 21,930, it can fall big way, even up till 21,522 for closing basis. This is a closing basis chart. On the intraday, for the high and the low, when we are trading, we want to know the high and the low. So if we fall below this level here, we will enter into the momentum below 840, right? And below this 21,766, we see a good fall up to 21,530. and then even up to 21,191 on intraday. But on closing basis, it could be about 21,522. See what I'm saying, right? So this is what we can expect tomorrow, and we should be ready for this. In the case if it goes about 22,123, our next level resistance is 21,257. On the line 2, if it goes about this 22,217, there is a resistance at 22,232. Now let me tell you, just like we know about gap ups, in line chart also there are gap ups. No, there are gaps. I would not say gap ups, there are gaps. Now what is this gaps? You see this higher high, and then it gaps up, goes up, and then it forms a lower low. Any gap between higher high and lower low till at this point was a no overlap. Is a no overlap. This no overlap means the price this and this higher high and lower low does not meet. This is a no overlap level. Now it is on the top and the top. So that means now this no overlap is going to be a big resistance. Here we are facing resistance at 22,217 and 22,332. This is a no overlap level. It is highly difficult that the closing will be about 22,332. If it does, it's going to give a big shoot up. So be ready for both, how the closing comes in today, tomorrow, during the week, or anytime. Anything about 22,332 closing will be superb for upside. But till then, this whole zone, 22,217 and 22,332 will form a kind of a resistance, because there is a no overlap between higher high and lower low, always. Similarly, there is a kind of a no overlap between this point and this point, which eventually will provide the support for 21,522 on closing basis. So this is a support level. This is a support level, and this is quite a kind of a big fall that will happen, right? And you must try to benefit very calmly, coolly, stay in it with good reasoning, and that's what I can say. Now let's see. In the daily chart, we are not able to guess anything. So then what do? We go to the lower time frame charts. So lower time frame charts, I will just push in one lower time frame chart here, which is a 1 hour chart, right? And the same thing on line looks like this, right? So here it says that this is what is the situation. It could not cross this level. It could not cross this level. Now, what is this level? Anytime, whenever there is a level like this, right? Always this is the low. This low which is there. The low before the lower high. So if this is higher high, lower high, say, if this is, let me write, this is lower high here, right? This is lower high. Right, this is lower high. Okay, then this is another lower high. Now you'll always find that when you have this lower highs, right, this is also another lower high, right? Now this low before the lower high, the low before the lower high, the low, this is now low, I'll say low before the lower high becomes very difficult to cross. And that's exactly what has happened today on intraday, that we could not cross this on a closing basis. There was an intraday move, but it could not cross this. So looking here on the charts, if I see charts, it looked like this, right? So that's what we must know. That's what I'm trying to say, that this was quite a big resistance which could not be crossed. However, on a smaller time frame, there is a lower low which has occurred here. There's a lower low which has occurred here, which shows that this is a descending wave, and generally descending waves provide a little bit of bounce. So if you go on this basis, there is a small support here. if this is powerful enough and we do not have any fall below this level eventually is around on the closing basis. This level is, say, I mean, every hour, if you see those closing bases at 10:15, 11:15, right, then you should know this, that this level is around 22. And we'll just put this point here, right? This level 22,023, if it is not, there is no closing below 22,023 on 1 hour, that is at 9:15, 10:15, 11:15, 12:50. If price remains above here, then if it moves above this level, there would be some rise up till 22,223, that is this level. So this level will come into effect. Again, it will have some resistance here, right? Because this is a resistance zone. It is not easy to close above this level, right? So this I am trying to tell you on a smaller scale level. We have to go into lower time frames to understand what exactly is the situation.